I used to be shy, insecure. I didn't really put the effort in my appearance or even like inner work. But now I feel good, I look good, and most importantly, I feel like I'm becoming the best version of myself. So these are the 8 glow up tips that changed everything for me.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
If you've been feeling stagnant, like almost like you're not making progress, whether it's like your outer beauty, inner work, whatever, to fully transform, and you just want to transform in like even 6 months, a lot could happen in 6 months. I feel you because I used to be so shy, insecure. I didn't really put an effort in how I looked, and almost like I let a lot of things get in the way where I didn't really reflect. I just went by my day and I didn't really make the effort for like glowing up. And glowing up, I know a lot of people say like, oh yes, the outer stuff, like what makeup stuff do you use? But glowing up is inner beauty and outer beauty. Like it goes hand in hand. You can't just look good but have a nasty attitude. So I have gathered 8 tips that has literally changed everything for me. And how I'm gonna do it actually is 4 outer like appearance glow up tips and then 4 inner beauty tips. And I'm just gonna go back and forth. So it's gonna be like inner beauty, outer beauty, inner beauty. You get it. So as I mentioned, I was very shy, insecure, didn't really put the effort. I was breaking out. I didn't really care what I ate. Like I didn't really do inner work. I didn't journal, like nothing. My relationship with God was on another level. I actually had to rededicate and just get back on track. Even when I did that, like I was off from that. I didn't really care and I just went through my day. But there was one day, I think it was like mid-college, where I was like, no, I have the control to do all of this, to change my life, to know exactly what I want. And now I just feel like I feel better. I look better. I have my dream job. And this all like goes together with like the healthy habits and being more self-aware and having self-esteem and all of that. Number 1 thing, which you probably noticed, is prioritize your hair, okay? I actually straightened my hair. I haven't done that in 3 years, but I love changing up my look. Because one thing is, when you first see somebody, what do you notice? Outer appearance. It's the hair. If your hair is done and you're not wearing makeup, you still look put together. Hair plays such a big role in how you look, how you feel. Right now, I feel good, okay? I have my hair straightened. I'm wearing this top, like, I'm wearing light makeup. It doesn't have to be anything heavy. It doesn't have to be this whole look, like beating your face. It doesn't have to be like that. If your hair is done, guaranteed you look put together. And one thing is like, I love wearing bold looks because I love switching up my look. So, and like, the past couple of years, especially wearing wigs or doing braids, straightening my hair, doing a sew-in, I love doing these bold looks, and it's mainly my hair. Because with my makeup, I like being very light with it. Overall, it will help you feel good. It's a mood booster, especially getting your hair done. I actually heard someone saying like, oh, it's not that you don't want to make content, it's because your hair is not done. I said, that's what it is, because there's some days where I'm like, I ran out of ideas. Being a full-time content creator, you kind of almost have to generate like, content, or going out to dinner with your friends, or like hanging out with friends. When your hair's done, you want to go grocery shopping. You're just going out dilly-dallying just because your hair is done. So take care of your hair. I feel like taking care of my hair, I've done it for the longest time, but it's been something that's been part of my glow up journey. One thing I've added is oiling my hair. I love using the Camille rolls. When I tell you it's been growing my hair, I actually straighten my hair to check my length check, and wow, it works, yeah. And I do it about 3 times a week. I don't do it every single day. Oiling your hair will help it grow. Not only that, it will help your hair look just more like full and shiny and healthier. And I think right now, where my hair is, it's the healthiest it's ever been. I do need a trim at the end. That's another reason why I straightened it. But getting regular trims, whether it's like curly cut or straightening your hair and trimming it, oiling your hair, having regular wash days, knowing your hair type and how to take care of it and the products that go with it. This all plays a role in your hair looking good. Also, wearing a bonnet at night. I don't care what kind of hair you have. Whether it's straight, curly, coily, wear a bonnet at night. This helps your hair not look frizzy, add more frizz, or even have like a silk pillowcase or silk bonnet. I love using the mulberry because it's just more breathable. I love having these schedules for my hair. Now it's like automatic. Another thing is, I know it could be a hassle to do your hair, but find a signature hairstyle that says it's you. So whether it's like half up, half down, slick back, or braids, anything that's like your go-to signature hair. For me, if you see me, or like half of the time, my hair is out in a curly like middle part, wash and go, something like that, where it's just out and curly, and I feel like that's my signature look. Find a signature look for you. There's so many. I literally sit down, because if you know, my sister is a hairstylist, so she could do any and every step. So I literally sit down, look on Pinterest of what hairstyle I should do next. Tomorrow I'm actually going to a wedding and I'm doing like a pony. I'll update you on how it looks. I usually post it like on Instagram or TikTok if you want to see like my daily short form. And honestly, like be proud of how you look. I did not care of how I looked or if my hair was done. I used to put it in this one stale bun every single day. Now I think about it, but it's like looking at the mirror, being proud of how you look, do it for you. Like it's not for the world, for men, for anything like that. It's for you, okay? So it helps you, it's a mood booster and you just feel better. Now for the inner beauty, shift your mindset. And when I say that, learn to take care of yourself because I watched this one video. If I find her video, I'm gonna put it or link it or something. But she basically said, take care of yourself before you become a hater. I'm gonna say it again. Take care of yourself before you become a hater. When I tell you, I have never thought of that to put those words together, but that's exactly how it is. Like I always see hate comments and people like hating on others or sitting down talking about somebody for hours of like, look at her hair, look at this. And I'm like, where did this come from? And that really comes from not taking care of yourself because at the end of the day, you're not secure in yourself. So you will hate on others and you don't want to get to that point. We don't want to. That's part of the glow up. The inner glow up is having security in yourself, taking care of yourself in that way. I think that's what self-care means. So get to know yourself, what you like, your boundaries. And I think like this part of it, getting to know yourself, journaling. Journaling has really been helping me ever since I started. I think I started back in 2020. So for the past 5 years, I've consistently journaled every single day. I've skipped days, but I always go back to it because I feel a release, especially like the days that are hard or even the good days when I'm having good news, like writing that down, seeing your progress. Like I could go back to my first journal, read and see the progress I've made. And with that, you get to know yourself better. It's almost like you're dating yourself, honestly, because it's like you write it, you read it back to yourself. You're like, oh my goodness, I like this. I said this. This was in my brain. You just get to know your habits and what's up there. What is it? So you can see what you like, what triggers you, like what boundaries you want to create. Let me say another thing. Having boundaries in life is just easier because you know exactly what you're not supposed to do, what you're not going to let yourself do. So what I have noticed is that decisions are easier because you know your boundaries, you know what you can cross, what you can't cross. And then honestly, at the end of the day, doing this whole thing, it's self-respect. Learn your boundaries, hold yourself accountable for it. You feel that conviction. When you cross something that you shouldn't, like I felt that so many times. And I'm like, I'm not respecting myself because I set these for me, for the better of my life, like to become the best version of myself. But then I'm crossing it and like being like, oh, I don't have to do it next time. No, hold yourself accountable. And that goes with integrity because no one's watching. You set these rules for yourself, these boundaries for yourself. And so you crossing it, obviously nobody's gonna be like holding you accountable for it. So have integrity in yourself to know what to cross, what to not cross, and just know your boundaries. And with this, a big part of it is cut the scrolling, okay? Get out them people's business. Because what that leads you to is seeing your life and you see that your life is not like theirs. You start comparing. What I have noticed doing social media the past couple of years full time is real growth happens in real life. Like social media, even the people like, my mutuals or people I look up to, what happens on social media is not true all the time. Like you don't see it, like it's just a highlight reel. So you can't compare that because that's something I really had to repeat to myself because even me as a full-time creator, people think like, oh, life is so glamorous, but there's so much things behind the scenes that comparing yourself to that, it's so unrealistic. So take care of yourself because your glow up starts when you stop comparing yourself to other people, first of all, and you go on this journey and become the best version of yourself. Don't just do random self-care just to do it, but really make it intentional. Target the areas that you need. So for me, like I started breaking out right here and I have dark spots. So the next time I do self-care, I actually just did it, but I did something like vitamin C and niacinamide. I brought some products for that so that it can help lighten the dark spots. It's been helping. Listen, Innisfree vitamin C and Anua niacinamide serum. So what do you have? It could be dry hair, you're breaking out, your feet is dry, like your armpits have been having this funk to it, or like your gut health, you've been bloating a lot. Just see and like have an audit of your body of like what you want to fix. And the next self-care day, you target that. Have a routine where you regularly check on yourself because I know every single season is different, okay? In the winter, my foot is dry, my lips are cracked, my skin is extra dry, so I have to do something different than summertime. So our bodies are constantly changing changing, and you just need to see when he's fixing, when he's healing. For me, when I break out, I run straight to a sulfur mask, and I love the Murad one. And when I started breaking out right here, that Murad line, I think they have like acne body wash and everything like that. I love that line. And so they had a sulfur mask, and when I tell you, I put it on like 2 to 3 times a week, and it has gotten so much better. You can barely see it. I just have some scarring left, but I've been doing like the vitamin C and niacinamide for that. I have go-to things. So if my feet feels dry, I know what mask to wear. If my under eye is starting to look too dark, my under eye is something like genetics, but with whatever I can, sleeping and using some type of caffeine mask or something like that to help me. So see what you need, target those areas, and make those self-care routines and sessions really intentional. So targeting those areas, your problem areas, and like doing corrective shower routines and everything like that is a must, because it's customized for you. And this is part of your glow up. And so that's something I had to learn and see, like my body. Not every single video that I see is not gonna work for me, because everyone has different routines and different bodies and different struggles. So I had to see what I needed. My skin cleared up. I used to actually have a lot of acne because you know why? I used to watch a lot of videos and just try random masks. And so when I used to break out, I had a lot of flare-ups and breakouts from all of that. And I had to learn less is more, don't do too much, and I switched to Korean skincare. And now for me, Korean skincare works. So care for your body because you deserve it. And this is the part where I bring up stewardship. I always talk about this because when God has given us this body, and taking care of it has been thinking of it like stewardship, like you're in charge of your body. Like nobody else will take care of it if you don't do it. So that's what I keep up with. That's why I love making like beauty maintenance content. And that's what started this spark, because this is something I was like, I love doing this. Things are working for me. Why can't I share it with others and maybe it'll help them? A gentle spirit might sound like weakness because it's like, oh, timid, gentle, but that's not it at all. It is actually strength. It is a superpower. If you have a gentle spirit, you could still be yourself. You could still have your own things. Like it doesn't mean you need to be quiet all the time. A gentle spirit just means quiet confidence. The best way I could describe a gentle spirit is quiet confidence. You don't need to be loud to let the room know that you're confident. And you carry yourself a certain way where you have this confidence that everybody's like, what is up with her? So what is the gentle spirit? I think in my definition of a gentle spirit is like you're slow to take offense. You're not taking everything personally. You mind your business, okay? You have your business and you stay in there and you focus on the things that you have, whether it's your craft or your purpose or your business, whatever it is, you focus on that. Having humility, grace towards others, like forgiving others, obviously having your boundaries, but also like easy to forgive. And the last one is very specific because I have a story, and that is to let others have their spotlight as well as you. Because one thing actually I get compliments on to this day, when I went to Bali, one of the girls even said, she said, you have such a gentle spirit. And I was like, that's such a good compliment, because that's something to have, basically saying like you have quiet confidence. I love, thank you. But another thing is my senior year of high school, so like one of the staff members that I lived in that school. I didn't go to a public school. I never know how to explain the school, but I lived there. And the staff member that knew me for years, they basically say a speech before you leave and graduate. And she said that how I let others get the spotlight, but I also like am not hiding myself. So that is such a big compliment, something I took and carried with me throughout college, because I'm like, I never knew I had that. I feel like when I think about high school version of me, yes, I was humble and everything like that, but also like I did have confidence in a way of like, I really worked on my craft, which was dance at that time. And so I did have confidence in that sense. But when others are like telling a story, I let them tell it. And if I need to, then I'll like go in, but I never felt like I had to be loud to show my confidence. And it's really not about weakness. You have strength because you're so secure in yourself that you let others have their spotlight, because you know you will have yours and you're happy for others. When I think of a gentle spirit, actually, I watch this girl, her name is Alexis, and she's on YouTube. I watch her every single Friday. Listen, she is the definition of gentle spirit. She talks about like feminine glow up and just becoming the best version of yourself. But I have learned so much from her. Yes, she tells a lot of tips and sit down videos and everything, but just how she is. You could just tell she has that quiet confidence, gentle spirit, just when she talks. Another thing I've noticed is that you really get respect from others. When you have that quiet confidence, people have respect for you because they know you respect yourself. The one verse I think about is James 1:9, which is quick to listen, slow to speak, slow to anger. That is a gentle spirit because you are so unbothered by anything because you're so secure. And honestly, that gives you peace. That's a peaceful life right there. So just practice having that gentle spirit. Check your level and feel your body with that. When I say check your level, I'm actually saying go to the doctors, check your blood, what you're missing, because that plays a huge role in your glow up. Maybe because the reason you have dark under eyes, you feel sluggish, you're tired, you're constantly bloated, you don't feel good, your mood is everywhere. Maybe it's because your levels in vitamins, minerals, whatever you're missing is low. And for me, I always knew that my iron was low, but I didn't know how much it was playing a role in, my hair shedding, how I feel tired. I didn't have a lot of energy. I just did not feel good. I did not think iron could play that much role in that. So check your iron levels, vitamin D, B12. Like there's so many other reasons. I'm actually gonna go to the doctor soon and check again, but I like going at least once a year and just checking that. And I just know my iron level has gone up because the way my energy has been higher. My hair has been growing. Like when on my cycle, on my period, like it has gone so much better. And I also feel like I made a video how, I had to get on birth control because my cramps were so bad. I feel like it's getting better because my iron levels have just been getting better. I've had low iron, so I haven't been to the point of anemia. That's a different level because I have family members that actually needed to like those injections where it's like it helps you level out your iron and everything like that. And now the amount of red meat I eat, I have dark leafy green like spinach and everything like that. I've added fiber. There's so many things where my diet has fully transformed from like 2 years ago. And that has played a big role in just like helping my iron levels go back up. The reason my diet is like really good now is because of my gym goals. If I went to the gym, put that much effort, but I didn't eat the protein and, the vegetables and everything like that, what's the point? So I really had to be strict because I'm on this 6-month journey, not even 6 months. I started back in March where I'm eating really clean, making sure I eat three meals a day and trying to gain this healthy weight that I've never been able to stick. Now I actually see progress, but with that came, my nails are stronger. My hair looks so healthy. There's so many things that is just getting better just from my diet. So girl, you don't need more products. You need nourishment, okay? When your body feels supported, not only will you feel better, your gut feels better, your pH is leveled out, like all of that, but also it comes with, it's from within. So you start seeing everything from your outward, your skin starts to look more even, your under eye isn't as dark, your hair, it just looks healthy and it's growing. All of that will play a role just from you changing your diet. Back to inner beauty, have some type of project, hobby, some type of creative outlet. Hobbies really do pull you out of like comparison into the things you really love. And your focus almost shifts to something that you're looking forward to. And even on the days like you're not having the best day, you have an outlet. So instead of like doom scrolling, comparing your life to others, you could go bird watch. I don't care. Be passionate about something. And for me, like I have turned my passion into my full-time job, but still, I don't even consider it a job because I still enjoy doing it. The editing, the recording, like telling others and helping others with content. That's something that was my hobby at one point because I was in school with job and internship. But in between all of that, I fit this in. I still did YouTube videos and TikTok and Instagram because it was just something that I loved and I just feel so creative with it. Especially like my travel vlogs, I love getting creative with it, adding different sounds and sound effects. Also, you can meet people in the same field as you, like not even field, people who have the same interest as you. You can meet them. You know what's a great combo? Let's say you dance and you're at church and you find a group. My church actually does this thing where it's like groups. So it'll be like a group would be dance on Friday night. It will be like women in the 30s gathering Friday nights or something like that. There's a bunch of groups. And so you could just join one. And the best part is that, first of all, our beliefs line. And then another thing is like we have the same interest. So I think that's such a great combination. When you meet people with the same interest, it builds confidence and creates this community that you feel like you can always run back to. And it's something that you're offline because one thing I've realized, I think we all do realize, is that we all kind of morphed into the world of social media. So we don't fully meet each other and now have community like in real life. I feel like we're all creative creatures. I feel like when God created us, just like my bio on Instagram, created by the creator to create. And I really live by that because I feel like we're all creative human beings. So we're meant to be creative, romanticize life, and just have something that's like a creative outlet. Being in a creative space like that, like creating or something like that, it really helps me feel like I'm in like my feminine element. Creating is really part of like channeling your feminine self. So it really just plays a role in my glow up. Upgrade your basics, okay? Your everyday things that you hold, whether it's your bag or whatever you wear. The one thing I've changed a couple years ago, which I've mentioned on this channel, is having more quality items that will last me a long time. So, saving up for that one top instead of buying 3 tops that is like the same price for that one. Because one thing is, when I wear more quality things, like it does not have to be name branded or anything, but like when the fabric is more quality and it looks good on me and it fits my body better, it helps me feel more confident. For me, like having my nails done, my hair, taking care of my skin, so I'm not wearing like heavy makeup because my skin is good because of my skincare. So carry yourself with intention. That means, yes, this is for outer beauty. For me, it's like wearing perfume, even if it's every day, like me coming to my office. Who am I gonna see? Nobody. I still wanna smell better because it just uplifts my mood. Another thing I do is before I start filming, literally, nobody's in this room, right? But I still wear perfume because as I'm talking, it just gives me more confidence. It doesn't have to be products. It could be like your posture, because when you have good posture, you look like you have confidence. And I know doing all of these things and outer beauty and everything like that might seem too much, but it's really for you, and presence really matter. It brings more opportunities. When you go outside, you seem more confident because you feel good in what you're wearing, whether it's like your perfume, your outfit, how your hair looks. And even for your everyday runs, like you don't have to be top, like dressing up in every single way, but just taking care of yourself. Like for me, having my nails done, I feel so confident. That's why I'm talking like this. Listen, I've been learning a lot about like personal brand, and this is how you build it, because it's like how you present yourself. People remember that, building yourself little by little, becoming the best version of yourself. That's your personal brand. And looking put together doesn't mean you need to look perfect. It doesn't need to be your hair is always done at the same time you're wearing a nice outfit, at the same time you're wearing makeup. You pick what feels good to you, looking put together, because your presence matter. Not only because your presence matter, but you're showing up for yourself. The last tip for inner beauty is have a solid foundation that you lean on. We're all gonna go through something in life, okay? Nobody's gonna skip that part. I feel like we have all gone through it, and we're still gonna go through it. Life has its ups and downs, but when you have your foundation rooted, you are unshakable, okay? When you don't remember who you are, like your self-esteem is low, you don't really, you're not feeling yourself, or, a rejection puts you back. You always have something to bounce back and look to. Whenever I'm losing myself, or I'm going through a rough patch where I feel like, I'm not feeling his presence, or like, what's the point of doing this? I can always go back, read his word, get those reminders of like who I am, how, what he says about me, and not what the world. So when I need a reminder, I'll always go back to that, because when your confidence is not based on circumstances, what life is throwing at you, what you're going through, and anything like that, it's like changing your confidence. You're gonna fall for everything. There's like this quote that was like, if you don't stand on something, you'll fall for everything. That's literally what this whole thing is about. When your self-esteem slips, who do you go back to? Or what do you run to? Just have that solid foundation that you could just go back to. So I wanna finish off by saying, like, when the world tells you you're not enough, you're not qualified, you're not supposed to be here, like any of that, you're cringe for trying or anything like that, I want to remind you that God thinks that you are enough, and it's always something to look back on. But thank you so much for watching. These tips have really helped me, especially the last couple of years. And it actually reminds me that like glowing up isn't becoming someone else, but becoming more of who you are. But let me know some of the glow up tips that has helped you, whether it's like in the past or something you're working on now, and we could talk in the comments. But thank you so much for watching, and come again.